I haven't. Okay. This is the graph. The displacement time graph comes like this. Thank you for the reminder. I really forgot to record. Now I'm recording.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So finish this one. Finish down. Done. All right. This is the vibration number one. First step of vibration is this one. Now write number two, second vibration. First you write down, then I'll explain to you. Okay. Please write down. I have not explained anything about vibrations. I'll explain. Number two, write down damped vibration. Damped vibration. Damped vibration. Damped vibration. Second type of vibration is damped vibration. Please write about it. Write down the vibration of a body, the vibration of a body, the vibration of a body with the vibration of a body with a decreasing amplitude, with a decreasing amplitude, decreasing amplitude is called the damped vibration. Is called the damped vibration. Full stop. Right. Such vibrations occur. Such vibrations occur in the presence of a medium, 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 under bracket you can add air, water, etc. In the presence of a medium, air, water, etc. In the absence of a periodic force, in the absence of a periodic force, in the absence of a periodic force, in the absence of a periodic force,
Excuse me, sir.
in the absence of a periodic force. Yes.
Sir, will this part also be in the unit test?
No.
Will this part?
No. Still echo, still whatever we did, I mean last time, still there. This is
But the
not a
vibration,
part of this syllabus.
vibration also.
Vibration not coming. Vibration will not come in unit test. Still echo. Okay, I told you already. All right.
Can you please repeat the definition of damp vibration?
Okay, the vibration of a body with decreasing amplitude. The vibration of a body with decreasing amplitude is called damped vibration. Such vibrations occurs in presence of medium, in the absence of a periodic force, in the absence of a periodic force. Full stop. Okay. Now same line you write. The amplitude of vibration, the amplitude of vibration of the body decreases. The amplitude of vibration of the body decreases. The amplitude of vibration of the body decreases due to friction, offered by the medium, which causes loss of energy, which causes loss of energy, which causes loss of energy, which causes loss of energy. Right, the displacement dash time graph, the displacement time graph for such vibration, in a medium, for such vibration in a medium, can be drawn as follows. We draw the graph. Displacement time graph. Right here, displacement, right here, time. Now the graph will come like this. Like this. This will be decreasing continuously. This one also it will be decreasing. This is plus A, this side is minus A. And right here, vibration taking place, vibration in a medium. Vibration in a medium. You will find that the amplitude keeps on decreasing, continuously keeps on decreasing. A time comes when it stops vibrating. There will be a time coming when the body does not vibrate at all. Finished?
No, sir.
Sir, can you explain damp vibration again?
So is it D1 or the D arrow?
D with the arrow, with displacement, this is time.
D arrow.
Sir, can you explain damp vibration again?
I have not explained anything on here. I have to explain now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Oh, now listen. Vibrations. Listen. Now, where disturbance in the medium. What are the disturbances? There are three types of vibrations. First one is free or natural vibration. Second one is damped vibration. And the third one is forced vibration. FORCD, forced. What is free or natural vibration? In the periodic force. External period.
Sorry, you are cracking.
Is
Lagging.
Sir, voice is cracking.
Lagging. So
Sir,
your
your
voice is
Your voice
lagging.
is cracking.
So from that it's lagging.
what happened?
So your voice is lagging,
Your
Your
sir.
voice is so you're lagging.
Voice,
Video is also
So your
lagging.
voice is
So your video is lagging.
Your video and audio both
So,
are
so
lagging.
I think
What
the
lagging?
network issue.
See now, is it okay?
Sometimes.
Has it
Yes, sir.
improved?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It
Yes,
may
sir.
happen sometime, but please bear. Okay, you can understand this way. Let us take a pendulum. I'm taking a pendulum. with a bob hanging. What I will do, I will bring the bob at one point, extreme point here, and I release it. The bob will go like this, no, to and fro, to and fro. It keep on vibrating or it keep on oscillating. Are we giving a periodic force? Periodic force is, are you applying the force again and again after this some time? Are you giving the force? No. Once we give the force, the body starts vibrating its own, itself for some time. Such a vibration is called free or natural vibration. Another example of free vibration. We'll take a tuning fork. Tuning fork is like this, tuning fork. It is made up of steel. We'll take a tuning fork and hit it against a tabletop like this. You'll find that the tuning fork keep on vibrating. Then it will produce a sound also for quite some time. Its own it will vibrate. We can have another example. We take a string, straight wire, and we vibrate once. Once you vibrate, you'll find for quite some time it keeps on vibrating itself, keeps on vibrating. When you are making a body vibrate without periodic force is without giving the force on regular interval of time. Once you give the force and the body vibrates its own, then such a vibration is called free or natural vibration. We can have another example also. Let us take a spring like this. There is a spring like this. There is a spring with a heavy mass connected to it, and we'll be just putting the mass down like this. The spring will do like this. Then you'll find that this will keep on going up and down itself. Such vibration is also natural vibration or free vibration. The frequency of such vibration is called natural frequency of the body, natural frequency. And the natural frequency of the body, denoted by F, depends on the shape and size of the body. It depends on the shape and size of the body. There is a certain formula for it. Class 9, I am sure you learned this one, time period of a simple pendulum formula. What was the formula of time period of a simple pendulum? We had the formula 2 pi square root L by G. Do you remember this formula? T stands for time period. This was the formula you learned in class 9. Have you learned this formula?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And frequency and time period are inversely proportional. That is, frequency will be equal to just reciprocal. It will become 1 by 2 pi square root G by L, like this. And frequency and the length. Frequency is inversely proportional to the length of the pendulum. The square root of the length of the pendulum. The square root of the length of the pendulum. Here. That means less the length, more the frequency, more the length, less the frequency. We have a pendulum of shorter length and a pendulum of longer length. You give same amount of force. Which pendulum will move faster, will oscillate more? Shorter one or longer one? Which will be oscillating more?
Shorter.
Shorter one, because the length is less and frequency is more. Such frequency is called natural frequency of the simple pendulum. Similarly, we have a formula, okay, for a straight wire like this. If the wire is straight like this, the formula of frequency goes like this: 1 by 2L square root of T by M. I have given the formula. The main thing of concern is T, the frequency and the length. How are they related? 1 by L. F is inversely proportional to the length. T stands for tension, and F is inversely proportional to the square root of M, like this, the square root of T, like this. These are the formulas also you have to learn. It is there as a part of syllabus. That means we are having a straight wire of shorter length and the longer length. Which wire will be oscillating more, shorter length one or the longer length one? Shorter length one shorter one will vibrate more in a given time, will have a higher frequency. And when the frequency of the, when it produces a sound, when the vibration produces sound, the higher frequency one, the sound of higher frequency will be sharper or will be shriller, will have higher pitch than the sound of lower frequency. Just imagine, suppose you are having a wire of shorter length and the longer length. Which of the wire will give you a sharper sound? Shorter length one, the longer length one. Which will give you a sharp sound?
Shorter.
Which one? Shorter one will give you a sharper sound. Yes. So that is the reason why, you know, this violin, guitar and all of wires lengths are different lengths are taken out here. Different lengths. When the length differs now, then the frequency also will differ and the sharpness of the sound will vary, and we will be able to form beats or form rhythm or compose a music. Another factor, frequency inversely proportional to the square root of T, tension. More the tension, suppose we are having two kind of wires of same length. One wire is tight, another wire is loose. Which of the wire will give you a sharper sound? The tight wire or the loose wire? Which one will give you the sharper sound?
Tight one.
Tighter
one, because tight one will have a larger tension. The force of tension, the force with which the wire is stretched is more.
Like guitar.
When the tension is more, frequency is more. When the tension is less, frequency is less.
Sir, so will it differ if the wire is thick or thin?
Yes. Yeah, here is a factor coming. Suppose you are having two kinds of wire. One is thin wire and one is thick wire. Which of the wire will give you a sharper sound? Thin wire or the thick wire? Tell me.
Thin wire. Thin one.
Thin wire will give you a sharp sound. And the thick wire will give you a dull sound. Why? Because frequency is inversely proportional to the square root of n. N stands for mass per unit length. In another word, thickness of the wire. You know, wire is made up of material. If the mass is less.
Excuse me, sir.
So like guitar.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, like if you stretch a rubber, so if you stretch a rubber band, so and try to play it, like try to vibrate it. So when we stretch it long, is it like same with these strings?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing happens with the string. Same thing. You can, instead of using the string, you can use a rubber string. This may be a cotton string or a string of
Nylon.
Any kind of material. Nylon, yes.
Nylon.
So rubber string also you can use the same thing. So what I mean to say, when the mass per unit length of the wire is more, then frequency will be less. And when the mass per unit wire, that is thickness of the wire is less, then the frequency will be more. Understood? That is the reason why thin wire will have a lesser mass on the wire, so it will have more frequency. More frequency means the sound produced by that wire will be sharper, will have a higher pitch, shriller sound, a sharper sound will be heard. Hope you understood it. Now the question comes in ICC like this, just listen.
Yes, sir.
How suggest two methods of increasing the frequency of a straight wire. Suggest two methods. What are the two methods you would suggest? First method you suggest by increasing the tension. First one, by increasing the tension in the wire. Tension. You can keep the wire tighter, more tight. You know, that is the reason why in the guitar, in violin and all, no, we have to keep some wires tighter than the others, isn't it? We increase the tension there, isn't it? You adjust the, tension in the string. Am I right or wrong? The musician boy, they should be knowing it.
Yes,
The
sir.
musicians, they should be knowing it. Yes. First point you can say by increasing the tension in the wire, by decreasing the length of the wire, frequency will increase, or by the use of a thinner wire. You can say that, or you can say that by decreasing the mass per unit length of the wire, These are the questions you may get. If question comes like this, you are having a straight wire 1 meter length, another wire 2 meter length. What is the ratio of frequency of the two wires? What is the ratio of the frequency?
1:2.
F1 by F2? No, it will be 2:1. Inversely proportional. Just check the formula. My dear boys, please check the formula. They are inversely proportional. They are what type of proportion? Inversely, no? So you like 2:1, 2:1. F1 is to F2 value will come 2:1. Which wire will give you sharper sound? This one, 1 meter one. Shorter length will have more frequencies. So sound heard will be sharper, shriller. Yeah. So there are two wires here. T1 is 2 Newton, T2 is 1 Newton. What is the ratio of frequency of the two wires? What is the ratio of frequency?
2:1.
2:1, but with the root sign, like root 2:1. Root 1 is 1. Root is also there. Please check. Root is also there. Okay? Yes. And if they ask question of which of the two wires will produce a sharper sound, first wire or the second wire? Which wire?
First
Which
wire.
wire is there?
1 meter wire.
First wire. Because of higher tension. This is
So we have
higher.
write this.
Yes, ratio they are saying, no, ratio. If question asks you to write down the ratio of their frequencies, we write F1 is to F2. We know the formula, no? F is equal to 1/2 and square is 2 by T by N. F is directly proportional to the square root of tension. Square root is also there. Power square root. Don't forget the root part. I hope you understood it. Yes?
So,
Okay, I could not explain the entire thing, okay? So next class, I'll be discussing about some more thing on here, the natural frequency, and then we'll do the new thing on here, okay? All right?
Yes, sir.
So can we leave?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can leave, join the other class. Okay, thank you.
sure.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.